Here's the clutch. We have been working with Mantic Clutch for, oh man, I don't even know. But when I told these guys about this project, they were just like instantly in. That was really cool. And to be honest, we had other clutch companies that were like, yeah, we'll do the same thing. They were in. But I really like these guys for a lot of reasons. You know, the biggest reason, they make a really nice piece and it works, right? That's what we need out of any component. You know, other things, it's 100% made in America. That's what we're really trying to do on pretty much every part on this car. You know, outside of like Brembo brakes, which obviously are made in Europe, but nothing wrong with that. But we're really trying to keep this a made in America project. This is the first time I've seen it. I've been talking to these guys for a while. We just showed up today. I mean, first glance, it looks pretty cool. So this is a triple disc clutch. And you know what? It's not that easy to make a clutch that works on the street and the racetrack, especially once you start making some power. UPS guy just about put his back out on this thing. Look at that thing. What a cool piece. Man, I mean, just first glance, this thing's nice. They even machined a special flywheel for a Gen 2 426 based Hemi, which now they'll be selling a lot more of these. Because, you know what, we're not just going to pick people to be a part of this project just because they say yes. We actually do our research and make sure that they're a good fit and they make a good product. And everything I saw was just super positive. Great reviews, nothing but good things said. We just got our Browell bell housing back too. We had them put in a access cover, which we didn't have before. Those guys hooked us up with that and got that done super fast. They just dug the project, and I really dug their work. We're at Wheeler again. The guys got the engine pretty much assembled. They got a couple things to do on their list. We got a few things to do on our list. So I'm going to show you what's going on, where we're at. Let's go check it out. So here's where we're at. The engine's basically assembled, as you can see. Valve covers just showed up. We got the coil packs mounted on. Right now we're getting the a separate engine harness wired up just for the dyno alone. This won't be the one we use in the car. It could be, but it's just easier. We have the ability to use a different harness. So we're getting that all wired up, so when it is time for the dyno, it's a lot easier. Just a simple hookup, done. Downloading the firmware on our laptop and then into the Infinity. I'm working on the oil lines right now, going from the oil pump to the pan and to the engine. Let's see what else we got going on. What else are we doing, Russ? We got our cam sensor here. Down here, we're going to put our crank sensor. We got our ATI balancer. That's going to go out here. You know, little stuff like this, they don't make brackets for. They don't make stuff. You always just got to make it yourself. So, made some parts at the shop. You know, it's always a little tough because we're working in two different shops. But we got this bracket that's going to go here. I machine that up quick, and we'll bolt that up to the block here. That'll hold our crank sensor and then give us the adjustability we need. But for the most part, we're really close. It's just trying to get a few things dialed in and finished up. Thanks to our friends at Fregola. So I'm just trying to get this dry sump plumbed in right now. So it's a 3-stage dry sump. So the rear, second to the last, and then the front hose will be scavenging into the pump here. And then this will be feeding the engine externally to the rear of the engine. And this is a second feed there. Pretty basic setup, and it makes it a little easier being a 3-stage versus a 5-stage. The problem is trying to figure out where to run all your hoses that's nice and clean and doesn't interfere with other things inside the car. Right in here is where that steering shaft comes through, and then we got a knuckle right about there. So things are pretty tight in this area. We got to make sure these fittings here are just up and out of the way just enough. We need the rest of the parts this week, everything. Otherwise, we're not going to make it. Hey Trent, would you have an adapter to make that next size bigger, NPT? You know what I mean?
The quarter?
Yeah.
Man. I'll have to go look.
Work your magic, Trent.
Alright.
So here's another issue we encountered today. We found out we got our injectors, and the manifold doesn't really have a stop for them to hold them in place. So as soon as you hook up pressure, they're just going to go down. And we got to figure out how we're going to fix that. Not the end of the world, but you know, that's how it goes. All right, so these oil lines, these are dash 12. A little bit harder to work with, but they're nice fittings. So that makes it a lot easier. People don't understand that. We buy good parts, it's easier for it to go together. I'll tell you what, I've used pretty much every installation tool in the world when it comes to AN fittings. It really drives me crazy when you get all done and your AN fitting, your brand new AN fitting is all scratched up or got rolled over or something. You know, these things are a lot of money. They should be mint when you're done with them. Not bad, that's just how it's supposed to go. So this is the oil pump side. I'm going to screw that back on now. Figure out how long this needs to be and cut it down. Definitely better using this versus a bandsaw or cutoff wheel. Then you're not getting all that debris in there. I'll still flush it out and everything, but definitely way better. So we're going to finish this up. Yeah. Get everything mounted. And then next time you see us with this engine, will be at the dyno.